Hello and welcome back to the Road to Rooney, episode 6, and check out this guy. I'm sick, I know. What a team that is. Absolutely incredible, insane. Unfortunately, he is an absolute arsewite. As you'll see, he sends me a message, I read it. He wants to duplicate my players, I'm sure for an inordinate amount of coins, but I play fair, and he's a twat, and he's also pretty bad at the game. He didn't even put in a tackle before he rage quits. 350 coins, I lose some contracts, but never mind. What are you going to do? Into another game I go with Pete Hart, who has this Brazilian 11, apart from that one Argentinian ruining his midfield. Very weird. But yeah, this guy wasn't too bad, quite frustrating. I hate playing in the rain. For some reason it makes the game very slow and boring, but Johnson, Glenn Johnson, Magic Johnson number 2, what a finish that was. Didn't know I had it in him. Nice one, Johnson. After 9 minutes, 1-0 up. I'm a bit ill, by the way, so if my voice sounds a bit weird, I'm very sorry. This guy wasn't really a hacker, but he did use the slide tackle quite a lot. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for him there. And we all know what happens when we get a free kick at this distance. We put Mikel Arteta over it, and he does this on a fairly regular basis. Ooh, another nice free kick. I am loving Arteta at the minute. You will see his stats at the end of this episode, I believe, and you will see just how well he's playing for a midfielder. Through the centre of midfield I go to make it 3-0, and you'll see this is a well-timed, lovely pass. Nice run from Babatelli? I've called him an entirely different name there. Bibatelli. He brings out his keeper, and Balotelli is going to put that away all day long. 34 minutes, 3-0. I'm looking for quite a lot of goals during this, but it's not to be, because right at the end of the half, Petr Cech he's a brilliant goalkeeper, but has this tendency to do this kind of thing. He may as well have just put it at the feet of Wagner Love. He did it quite a lot. He parried it to Modric in that earlier episode, and he's parried it out to various other attacking players before in his life. Doesn't really bother me too much because he is a quality goalkeeper. This is a simple enough goal, same kind of thing. I just wait for the pass, time it perfectly, put it through Balotelli. I mean, he doesn't score, but Lennon's on hand to slot home the rebound, make it 4-1, and there's only time for one more goal. Unfortunately, it's for him. That's not a tramp. It's just well played, tore through my defence. That yellow card, by the way, above the company was never a yellow card. I was thinking about including it in part of my rant at the referee, but I didn't. Nashville gets man of the match, even though he didn't score. He's a massively awesome playmaker in the centre of my midfield. I deserve to win 4-2. You can see the stats there. I was fairly well on top. The guy gave me a decent game. He had his chances. But yeah, moving on. Into this game against Adrian's CF team. I don't know. His chemistry's poor. The team is relatively good. And this game... this game nearly threatened to ruin my sanity. Not because it was particularly difficult. I mean, he did score a goal, but I was well on top throughout most of this game. He scores pretty much straight after I do. That goal from Nelka was his first goal for the club, by the way. His Lopez slots that home fairly easily. He just turned my defence. They weren't strong enough, and they weren't quick enough, and that makes it 1-1 after 15 minutes. Bit disappointed to concede straight away, but that's how football goes. And it takes me a little bit longer to break him down, but Anelka is such a beast of a player. He's so powerful, turns inside, and that is a rocket. There's no need to hit it that hard, Anelka, but thank you for doing that anyway. 35 minutes in, 2-1, and there's time for another Anelka goal. This was a bit cheap, I thought, but it's the way I like to do crosses. Run it as close to the byline as possible, cut it back, and that's a nice header from Anelka. Tall player, what a leap on him. Decent header over the top of the goalkeeper. And in the second half, I continue where I left off. This goal was very funny. I got very lucky here. It just started bouncing all over the place, and eventually Ramirez turns and strikes that into the bottom corner. That makes it 4-1. I skipped the celebration. I wasn't really interested in playing, but unfortunately, at 73 minutes, 4-1 up, I lose connection to the EA servers. And there goes my did not finish bonus. There goes another loss, and there goes any coins I would have got from that match. Gay. I wasn't even angry. I was just a bit deflated. Anyway, this guy's building a decent team. I don't know where from. He's just sort of building a team, and it was a rubbish game. I would pick up a 2-1 victory. 2 early goals that were pretty poor, and the third one was even worse. I actually tramped that third one because I was so desperate for the win, because I was well on top in this game. I think I showed the match details. Yeah, well, it doesn't really look as if I was well on top, but I had more possession, more shots on target, and there you can see there's a gap in my team. Darren Fletcher has gone. A guy from my work, I was telling him about my series, and he said he'd help me out, and he offered me a certain card, and I said I didn't want the coins from it, I will take the card in replacement for one of mine, and there it is. I got a Michael Essien in my formation, with 7 contracts. Guy from work. Pay to tell your real life friends about your YouTube-ness. Anyway, Michael Essien is part of the team now. Darren Fletcher is gone. Sad to see him go, but there you go. This guy has an interesting team. He has good chemistry down the left-hand side, poor chemistry down the right-hand side. Has a pretty good team. But this was the most frustrating game in the world, and I cannot believe that I go behind. Not that he scores first, but that he scores at all. That was never a free kick, by the way, but this was a decent enough free kick, and unfortunately his Hangeland does this. What? Hangeland doesn't do that, ever. Insane. But that puts me 1-0 down, and I could have just sat there with my mouth wide open for like hours, because I could not believe that I was losing this game. You'll see from the stats at the end just how much I was on top. But almost immediately from the kickoff, that's a lovely finish from Arteta. What a beast of a player. Probably my favourite player in the team. I know I bang on about him pretty much every episode. But, you know, it is what it is. And his defence disappears, as they often do from a goal kick, and Anelka is not going to miss them. If you head it back and manage to get to one of your strikers after a goal kick, then you're almost certainly going to find their defence with a massive hole in it. I don't know how that works, but it just does. Anyway... I put this in. What a save that is! I've never seen that. How did that not go in? Watch this. Boom! Julio Cesar. What a beast of a goalkeeper. But Anelka, he decides that he's just going to score again. Shows some strength. Good, not really good skill, but good enough to keep the ball and slot it home. 89th minute, 3-1. I'm thinking, finally, I put this guy to bed. But no, he has other ideas. He's going to start scoring again. He doesn't deserve to. But his Tevez picks up the ball after my defence decided not to and gets the rebounded header. Petr Cech once again parrying it into the path of another attacker. But Arteta says we deserve to win by 2 goals. And so just turns his defence inside out. And that's another easy finish. 4-2. That is how the game ends, and that is the final match of this episode, but there's more to come at the end. But you'll see the stats after this game. I was so frustrated that he scored first, and it took 60 minutes. Just look at these stats. 9.6 for Arteta, man of the match, of course. 726 coins as our DNF builds again after that disconnection. 30 shots, 21 on target. He had 5 and 4, and he scored first. That was so frustrating. I was so dominant. He had a decent team as well, so I was quite pleased I played very well in that game. Unfortunately, didn't score very many. And I'm going to show you some of the stats from my team and who scored what. 17,000 coins, starting to build quite nicely. I don't know if there's going to be any more transfers or switches out. I'm looking to change my left winger. I like Johnson, but I want a replacement. And there you see Balotelli leading the way with 20 goals, but Arteta close behind on 14. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.